You asked for another embossing technique, and this one's so simple. Spotlight embossing. Let's get crafting. Now this first card is very basic. I'm using some Distress Oxide inks in Tattered Rose, Scattered Straw, and Speckled Eggs, along with one of my favorite embossing folders. This is Spellbinder's Beautiful Blooms 3D embossing folder. I'm going to be using Recollections brand 65-pound weight cardstock and mint tape. You need some sort of low tack or repositionable tape, like Post-it tape will work, washi tape will work. I would just be cautious with washi tape because sometimes it tends to tear your cardstock when you're removing it. So maybe put it on your skin or on your jeans and peel it up before you adhere to your cardstock. So here I'm just creating a very simple frame using my mint tape, and I'm just going around the edges. You really can't get any simpler than this, but we're going to create that spotlight focal image for our embossing folder. Now I have chosen to use Distress Oxides, but you could use any ink that you have that you blend with. I just happen to really love the creamy texture of Distress Oxides. I love that, oh, I don't know, it's kind of got a white haze to it. I just absolutely adore it. But as you can see, I'm rather struggling with this one because it needs a drink. And I'm going to quickly find out that all three of the colors that I chose today desperately need a drink. So for my second and third card, I have re-inked those, and you're going to see a huge difference with that. Now you certainly don't have to blend your inks here for your spotlight effect. You could do ink smushing, or watercoloring would be fabulous here. How about using lunar pastes? That would be absolutely dynamite. Sprays would be fabulous. You could create a really beautiful spray stain, spray oxide, or even mica sprays. That would be fantastic. Just have a look at what you already have in your stash and go for it. I'm going to show you two other ways to get a similar effect, once again, using what you've got. But if you're interested to see exactly the products that I'm looking for, I will list them in the description box, as I always do for you. So with my ink blending complete, I've removed my mint tape and I've created that focal image. I'm giving the back of my card a little spritz of misted water, and then I'm going to place it inside my embossing folder. Now I am looking to see exactly where that pattern from the embossing folder is going to end up on the cardstock, and I'm just futzing with it until I get it where I want it. And then I'm going to go ahead and run it through my Spellbinders Platinum 6 embossing machine, and away we go. Now look at this, it's so pretty and so simple. Now we're just going to finish it up. This embossing folder leaves a great space for a sentiment. I am using a die cut Love and my artist tack. That little sentiment is really tiny and hard for me to see. So artist tack is a micro dot glue system. And one side is a release page and the other side has these little tiny micro dots on them. And I'm just going to go ahead and put my sentiment right in there. Give it a little rub. Now this particular one was probably not the greatest example because it was well loved and I'm missing a lot of the dots. I'm checking them there, and I'm just going to put it on a new spot, rub them up till I have the dots on the back of my love sentiment, and try again. Off camera, I've already stacked two white sentiments that say love, and I'm going to go ahead and put the black one on top of the two white ones. I want that white shadow beneath it, and you'll see why as we complete this card. Do you have a favorite embossing folder that you use time and time again? Let me know in the comments below which one is your absolute favorite. Now I've already pre-cut a layer of black Recollections 65-pound weight cardstock, and I've cut that down by 1/8 of an inch on all sides, so I have a very small white border and then my black layer. And I have also gone down and cut my embossed layer 1/8 of an inch shorter than that. Now, It doesn't really matter if you like a border or not. You can certainly leave it, but you don't have to. You can make them 1/4-inch borders if that's what you like. Now I'm putting my layers together with liquid glue, and my favorite is Bearly Arts Precision Craft Glue. Now, if you use this glue, or any glue for that matter that has a precision chip, and you want to get a little bit more wiggle room out of your glue, go ahead and lay the glue down thicker, and it will afford you that little extra time to get your layers straight. Here I'm just adding the glue to the back of my love sentiment, and I'm going to pop that in that blank space, and that's it. I'm not adding anything else. I think this is a beautiful spotlight embossed folder card. If you love embossing folder techniques as much as I do, then definitely check out the 2 videos that I'm going to have for you at the end. This example, you're going to get a twofer. I am using this scrapbook.com wafer thin metal die set. This is just a scalloped heart, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that out of rock, paper, scissors temporary labels. Now, if you're going to reuse a mask, I definitely suggest Gina K Masking Magic. It's amazing, and you can reuse it time and time again. But for this case, I really didn't need to. I'm just using this removable sticker paper, and it's very, very economical, and it's definitely my go-to. It doesn't mess up any of my cardstock when I remove it, and it's 8.5 by 11, so I can cut it down to be an A2 size very easily. So here I'm just going to go ahead and line that up, and then I think I tack this down with some mint tape. I do, because I want to make sure it kind of stays where I place it here. And then I'm going to go ahead and run that through my die cutting machine. With my heart cut out of my label paper, I'm going to go ahead and remove my mint tape. Now don't get rid of that heart, because you're going to use that for your second image. Now I've just removed the bottom of the sticker paper, and I'm going to go ahead and line that up with the bottom of my card. For me, that's easier. You can also use a scoreboard as a way to line up your card layers, or even a stamping platform. Whatever makes it easier for you, but I line up the bottom and then lay the rest down. And I really go firmly around my heart image because I want the edges to stay put. Now for this one, you're going to notice that not only do I put the colors in the wrong order, but I did absolutely re-ink these, and it all works out well in the end, so it's not a problem either way. So I'm going to go ahead and get my second panel ready, and I'm going to remove the backing from the heart and go ahead and adhere that to the front of the second panel. Now you can see that I didn't quite get it where I wanted, so I just pick it up and I'm able to lay it down in a new spot and make sure that the edges are down firmly. No problem. Now at this point, I don't realize that I'm not doing them in rainbow order. I just go ahead and grab what's to the farthest left, and I'm laying down the scattered straw first. And you can definitely tell that they've been re-inked and they work much better, and I don't have to struggle as much. And to get that better blend, I just go back and forth between the two colors until I like the way it looks. And, you know, once again, it really didn't matter that I messed up the rainbow order. So if you find that you've messed up something, or you think you've messed up something, keep going. You're going to figure out a way to make it work. Now, obviously for the second card, I'm starting with the pink, and it's at the top of the card. And now for our second card, our color is going to be on the outside of the heart. And here's the yellow. It's going to be a little bit easier blend because the yellow and the blue will make green instead of the pink and the blue kind of making a muddy kind of color. But that's okay. Like I said, it all works out. Now hang with me to the end because I actually have a bonus spotlight embossing folder technique that I can't wait to share with you. Now, once you've got your color put down, go ahead and remove your masks. Just remember that you want to kind of pull away and at an angle so that you don't tear your cardstock. And remember, I didn't have any need to reuse this mask, so it's okay that it's going to get thrown away. And here I'm going to go ahead and remove that heart image. Go ahead and run it through your embossing folder, add your sentiment, and voila! Cards are done in like 5 minutes. Here they are. This was super simple, very quick, and I got 2 cards out of 1 technique. Spotlight embossing folders. For my bonus card, I have gone ahead and pre-cut out from the scrapbook.com wafer thin nested spring flowers die set, one of the dies from my rock paper scissors removable label sticker paper. And I'm going to go ahead and cover the front of my cardstock. Now, just like the earlier card, this particular one will also give you a twofer, but we're just doing the first one because, well, you already seen how you could get 2 cards out of 1 here. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay color down the same way I did before, except for this time I've changed up the color scheme and I'm using milled lavender and wilted violet. Now my milled lavender is my lighter color and I put that in the middle of my flower, and I'm going to go ahead and do the petals of this flower out of the wilted violet. And I do go back and really lay down a lot of color. I want this to be a very stark contrast to the white, but again, really the sky's the limit. You could ink smush here, you could do whatever you want. But I really wanted to try this purple because I have a little added bonus that before we emboss it, we're going to do one other thing. I'm going to add a little shine by using Distress Spritz. Now this one is the Wilted Violet and it is a brand new product by Tim Holtz, and it is meant to add shimmer to your cardstock. Now I like the spots. It's okay because they're going to dry, and I'm going to help them along by using my heat gun because I'm totally impatient at this point and I want to get this video done for you. So I've given it a good shake to mix up the pigment in there and the mica or whatever else is used in there. It's a dynamite product. Absolutely go over and watch Tim Holtz's video because he totally explains how this product works. It doesn't rub off. It's not like glitter, and it doesn't react with the oxides, which are water reactive. So this is a really cool product, y'all. And it's going to make a stunning card. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing, run it through the embossing folder, and here I'm just trying to figure out where I want that flower to land as far as that card. In the middle of the flower? No, I think I'm going to go ahead and still offset it like I did before. But that's certainly an option. Now after embossing, I went ahead and cut this panel down just a little bit. Now I didn't want to add any additional layers other than the card base. So I'm using that same piece of mint tape that I used earlier, and I'm just taping off a small border of my card base and added Wilted Violet Distress Oxide to match the inside flower of that card. Now I'll add a sentiment at the end, but the shine and the shimmer from that spritz is amazing. Here's a close-up look at all of the cards that we've made tonight using the spotlight or masking embossing technique. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you check out additional videos that I've picked out just for you. Until next time, I'll see you real soon.